How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good afternoon. It is Saturday. It's the day before Mother's Day. This is dedicated to Corrine Davis. This is dedicated to all the mothers that aren't here anymore. Rest in peace. This is for the Davis family. This is for the good in the hood. This is about the prisoners and the inmates that can't say nothing to their mothers. You know what I'm saying? The inmates that can't be holding their mothers for Mother's Day. It's about the war on drugs. It's about The Wire, Baltimore Rewired. I'm getting ready to build the toilet, and it's going to incur the Baltimore Sun mainstream media and your politics behind the war on drugs. Getting ready to build a toilet on the war on drugs. All right? At the event, you gave me some papers and said I could keep them for a few weeks. I looked at them, and it's clear that you're committed to the pursuit of justice. I share your views of the so-called war on drugs. It's racist. In my views, these policies make the war on drugs have been used to over-police, surveillance, and criminalize communities of color, especially black communities. These policies have led to unjust systems of mass incarceration that we must all work to dismantle. All right? That's what we're getting ready to do. It's ceasefire weekend. And if you want to talk about ending the violence, then you got to address the war on drugs. Y'all famous for The Wire, Baltimore, The Wire. Well, this is Baltimore Rewired, and I use the toilet to do it. I'm going to shit on the politicians, because right here it says, to prove I was making a movie about the racism in the judicial system. Received, 2012. Commode emotion. All right? Y'all never let me tell the truth about that toilet. So I'm going to tell the truth about that toilet right here. Y'all watching Tiger King on Netflix? Well, we getting ready to put on a show about Baltimore. Baltimore Rewired. That's my community variety. That's my community award from Hassan Giordano. My Malcolm X moment. That's my Martin Luther King moment when I applied for his job. 2011. Y'all locked me up. It was about the prison industry. Education is our lifeline. In the school of prison pipeline. You feel me? We demand $100 million to be diverted from youth jails to go to youth jobs and education. See when it was completed with the algebra project. It's the 13th grade. All right? See when this was done? This was done long before y'all was locking me up. Please sign this petition delivered to Governor O'Malley. Join us on the march on the youth jails in Baltimore. All right? If Martin Luther King, he'd be here. He'd been marching. So I took Martin Luther King's place. I marched. I participated in that march. If Martin Luther King was here, he'd say something about this. So I am. Because Black Lives Matter. And President Trump got me tied to his neck because I'm a black Republican. We're talking about The Wire. We're talking about racism in America. We're talking about the prison industry. If we go to jail, I got to share that toilet with an inmate. So in 2020, we're going after the First Amendments. All right? We're going after the First Amendments. And I'm going to show you that I was making a movie about you.
I've been doing work for them for the last 4 or 5 years. April 30th, 1997. All right? So please, don't say that I didn't warn you, tell you what I was doing.
I was making a movie.
Seeing you the other night at Joey Chew's. I guess I might send you a copy just to let you in on what's been going on. You asked.
That's Stan Stovall's from WBAL.
I raised $1,500 for muscular dystrophy January 2006. Yeah. Contact Sheriff Fisher.
I raised $1,500 for muscular dystrophy for Sheriff Fisher. These are the videos that show you why you locked me up. These are the people in the community.
Different people that I work with, sign petition. That's my aunt and my cousin. All right, Sandy. All right.
That's in Illinois.
That's my aunt, Ruthie Mae. These are my people. That's what I fought for. That's what I struggled for. I'm trying to uplift my community. That's Senator Young.
That's Larry Young, WOLB. Fat ass Larry Young. Cal Ripken. There go Dick Gregory. Brooks Robinson.
And that's a prominent Oreo, Mr. Robinson. Alright? So y'all to say that y'all don't know me, didn't know what I was doing, you're a lie. I did this for my family, my kids.
Making a documentary about race and racism, and I did it with a toilet because of the 1964 Public Accommodations Act. We couldn't use your toilets. We couldn't drink out your water fountains. We couldn't vote. We couldn't do a lot of things. So I used that toilet as an instrument for my education, for educational purposes. You feel me? Art and activism. You made Baltimore famous for The Wire. Well, we're going to make Baltimore famous for being rewired. We're going to show you the money behind the drug machine. Snoop didn't approve this message, but this is in the Baltimore Sun. We can show you how you exploit black people. So now we're going to talk about Baltimore Sun. When I make this toilet out, I'm leaving it in public places. I'm going to practice social distancing. I'm going to put them in public places to show tourism in Baltimore. Baltimore, the shittiest city in America. And I'm going to see how many toilets it's going to take before I get justice. You're either going to charge me with something or pay me what you owe me. My end game is the Supreme Court. We're going to go to the Supreme Court about the war on drugs. We're going to go to the Supreme Court about freedom of speech. We're going to go to the Supreme Court about being black in Baltimore because y'all kidnapped me. You made an example out of me. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of nothing in this world except God not loving me, and that day ain't came yet because I'm still breathing. Do you understand? When I holler mic check, I do that for a reason. So when I walk in the room, I make sure that you hear what I got to say come out my mouth. Closed mouth don't get fed and it don't get heard. Make sure you hear every word I got to say. No justice, no peace. I'm proactive activism. I'm not a reactive activist. And I've been active in my community for over 20 years. Prisoners' rights and homelessness is my pet peeve. So Governor O'Malley, Governor Hogan, Johnny Oleski, Al Redmer, Doug Gansler, Brian Frost, Marilyn Mosby, Greg Bernstein, Scott Shellenberger, state prosecutor, I want access to the grand jury. Because if not, I'm going to keep shitting on you. Not only am I going to shit on you, I'm going to publicly shame you. I learned from the best of them. It's called a campaign of public shame, and I'm going to shame you. I'm going to put a different toilet out for every issue that I got. Anything I feel, whatever emotion I'm feeling that day, I'm going to put it on the toilet. Because you kidnapped me from my family. You stole me from my kids. You feel me? You stole me from my family. Never mess with a black man's family. Don't mess with his mother and don't mess with his children. Some things in this world is worth dying for, dog. I ain't scared of dying. It's living that's hard to do. So when you see this toilet in front of City Hall, when you see this toilet in front of a church, because I'm going to put it in front of a church, because it goes, Jesus had a cross, Martin had a dream, Malcolm got a gun, Shorty got a toilet. We all got our shit to deal with. This is my soapbox. You feel me? This is my soapbox. And y'all voted for this shit.